Na'Vi, BNE, 4-Team Spirit, they've both had success on the map. Let's find out who will be joining the other 7.
Big questions here. Now the tables starting to turn. The experience of Team Liquid, is it enough to get them through of a pressure match like this?
Ooh, the bookies have swapped.
All 5 from Team Spirit over towards B lane. 2 smokes, a flash, and a molly, and the flash forward from Elige doesn't net him a whole lot.
Yeah, smokes are in. Nav smoked off. Elige still just trying to be a turret. magixx will hand him his ass, and OC, oh my god, puts 3 on the grass. Quick headshots, a 4th as well. OC is just popping off and popping heads.
Picking up where he left off. That was the OC we just saw there on Mirage to take us here to the 3rd, and that's going to inspire confidence going forward. Flatlining Spirit's attempt to get in towards that site. There's no way through OC.
Bang. Oh. Yes, indeed. And the 4th equally as spectacular. That is a great start. You can see, oh my god, was that emotion on Daps' face?
I think he almost smiled there.
He definitely did. He liked that one.
Okay, well, just one flash for Chopper to work with here. Elige is going to be close middle, so it's going to actually work against him. The setup for this flash for Chopper, if he does it from... Oh, okay, well, there it is, and they're going to run through.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, incendiary good. Spray could be better. Lovely from Nitro. Off the starting mark early, and the starting pistol to find his 3rd. Wonderful. Actually has a couple of backs turned there. There was a tiny window by which he could gather some ground. He tucks into pocket and hopes he goes overlooked if Naf does choose to investigate.
If he gets anything done on the Glock here, I'll be extremely impressed, right? So this shouldn't be too much of a round to worry about. And there it is. Naf will finish him off. And, well, now we are going to see the rifles come out for Team Spirit here. They took the FICO. That's trademark full eco and not the player from OG.
The FICO. Okay.
Full eco, right?
I'm putting that one in my pocket for later.
Well, I'm very curious to see what Team Spirit want to open with here. There's still a few bonus weapons carried through. And there's that water bug for everybody at home. Don't worry.
The helicopter.
They'll be here soon. We'll make sure we have a bit of a chit-chat at some of these shortcomings. The AWP for OC, and that is the highlight fixture here.
He's already on one. I'd want to feed that beast as much as I can.
Well, if this is his... Whoa, okay. I was going to say coming out the cave, Yakinda onto magixx.
Forward, very forward position, and to find that opening so soon, it's really going to take the wind out of the sails of Spirit.
And they're operating again with so little, as now they limp forward their mid-control utility.
Good nade.
Very well placed on the Siren there.
That's the fight, and he does find 3 in total. 2 sprayed down on the L-bend, and he's not done yet. Taking it in turns for the quad kill. It could be the ace. Patsi chooses another path as he goes down to Elige instead. Loving that, absolutely loving that. 3-0.
Yes, he can, the Latvian. That one right there is a way to announce his presence over. Stop him from being a mauler, a brawler. An absolute baller over towards this side of the map, then they're going to have a rough go of things, Spirit.
I mean, is it still the state of play that you want to put one of your sharpest tools in that cave shed?
Oh, definitely so. That B lane, it's the key quadrant of the map, right? It's your key to middle, it's your key to B. You can get fast rotates if you're on the T side over towards A, straight out the gates towards Donut. So if you can have somebody who's able to slow that crawl down and you don't constantly have to play back in towards the B site, that frees up more individuals as well across the map. And I think that Spirit are a little bit shell-shocked here early. They've taken a time out to discuss their options, and the only one being some Tech-9 to wreck house.
A Tico. No, you're
This
right.
rabbit hole can go deep.
Yeah, it really can.
Siren,
this is a cave smoke,
it's
right?
It's either the cave smoke or it's going to divide the eyes from mid. Yeah, so you can see that one there. It's going to land to be a bit of a barrier for entry. And Yakinda, yeah, just thrust forward with an MP9.
Bothered in his lane, moisturized and eliminated. Actually, magixx thinks better of letting that one go too far down the rabbit hole himself. Naf is gonna tuck in on this tight angle. Now, I wouldn't like it if an MP9 came bounding and bouncing their head off of the door frame into cave.
Well, magixx has a flash here. If he lowers it forward, it might catch Naf, but OC can spring into action. He's not too far away, but during all of this, they've left a massive window of opportunity over towards A, which Elige will be communicating. So at some point the Feckles will be up that, hey, A has been open this whole time, and maybe there was a chance that they've gone around the world. But this util telling a different picture, and they're going to block out with a smoke of their own. So good back and forth to retain this control. Oh, they are coming.
Patsi just charged straight through. They trust the smoke, and oh dear, Naf down. Bomb planted, Spirit set on just Tech9's. Conservative buy, Elise is dead as well. Another rifle idle.
Is it a save call?
It might have to be. You've got an AWP. It's not set for a retake. OC still yet to be felled. 2 in cave side, 2 ramp side. It's going to be really hard for them to hold on to this one. A fake and a tag. They're pushing in. A great frag out of OC. Nitro needs more. Doesn't have time for this. Would love to just leave, but Patsi's the one to take him out for the round. A nice headshot out of him, and Spirit, okay, off the timeout as well.
That's a really bad round to lose right there. You don't love to see it. Someone predicting the brackets here, I think they think Liquid are going to come out on top, and I think that's not, well, look, actually, that bracket right there, I was just trying to see what I was reading on Reddit today and checking out with it. I think that's not far off the mark, actually. Yeah. So maybe depending on the result that we get out of this matchup right here, but if Liquid are the victors, I think you might be spot on. So we're back into a buy of their own, but Liquid's...
Including the Furia Grand Final, then?
Look, I was only talking about the opening round. So I'm not talking about how the bracket's going to play out.
I thought you needed the script.
No, that's James.
Right. The Time Lord.
This is such a sketchy round for Liquid. Like, the full invest here, sure, it looks somewhat threatening. But Spirit with that Tech9, that's a gift. Elige has to know something's coming.
Lovely. Plays the fade. Tag from OC. Siren forced away, and magixx does provide support all the way from down lane. Yikinda unable to stop that.
It's crazy how we were just singing his praises, and then in the following round he oversteps the mark, and that's the catalyst to get back into the rounds here. Naf's death also contributing to that, but Naf can make up for it.
He certainly can. Shadow and the frag. He's in trouble now, and smoke might give him a little bit of lease of life. Flashes his teammate. Yikinda blind. Chopper the same, trying to navigate the smoke and wrap around, dancing around the pillar.
OC's aware of this.
Are they aware? Yeah, OC's got him. Or at least posted up for it. It's a 3 versus 4. Liquid, they could get themselves right back in control. But now OC's averted his gaze in the back. A double from Chopper. OC dead as well. Chopper, a round-winning maneuver. He wants that AWP. Doesn't need it, actually. Siren's managed to scavenge away. Trying to stop Nitro's retrieval. Ooh, he's gotten it, and he's gotten out.
I think they might just have to let him have it here. It doesn't really make much sense trying to search for this, and once the smoke fades, they'll know it's gone. But if you're Liquid, you're feeling quite compressed here. Oh, Nitro confirms the positioning. So yeah, on the jumps, not too shabby. Crosses the line of sight, and Siren will finish. Okay, they take it all away from Liquid there.
This is a game now.
I hate to have a bit of a sinking feeling for Liquid here, but those 2 rounds that they just lost are full faults of their own design, right? They knew that that was an open avenue, and they didn't acknowledge it here. Let's catch it again. The lineup perfect for Chopper, who's found, well, Counter-Strike timing in its absolute finest moment there. That is 3 huge, impactful kills. And look, Chopper, as far as the scoreboard goes, he's been about as impactful as Nitro. The 2 of them not doing a lot, and that is not the scenes you want to see. And this is it. OC feels responsible, right?
Exactly the word in my mouth.
That's the thing. It can't be on him. You have 2 players on the site. You understand it's a sketchy situation. Naf was hiding in the smoke. You either fight together, you drop, you needed to take a different opportunity there. You didn't know that it was the full commit towards the B bomb site. Sure, you know a player could have slipped by.
But you know what I do? I mean, I'm clearly not anywhere in a Team Liquid jersey, but you've got a Eco here. You know, you've got a set amount of timeouts. Just take this time, do something as a pack, and try and reset. You cannot be lingering on these 2 rounds. I know, easier said than done.
It's just
the human mind is cruel.
It's just what it means, right? We know how vital a lot of these T rounds are. Patsi, how many is he going to farm up here? It's just USPs are plenty, and that's where he's going to take down 3. So just going to leave Naf and Nitro standing. I feel like they might need to win one of their own back in a similar fashion, right, where they force Spirit to slip up or find a perfect timing. But this game, the final best of 3 here of the Legends stage, the lost are longing at home to be here right now to have this opportunity. And that's where what you've just mentioned is key. If you're unable to shrug this off as Liquid after 2 back-to-back tilt rounds, well, I'm sure there are plenty of other people who would love to put themselves in that position to try. And that's the key. You need to make sure that you're not letting this flow-on effect worry you. Now, we saw the faces. That said it all.
And the sense of responsibility for OC is the hardest one to shake. He just came into this scorching hot. Closed with a quad kill, opened with a quad kill across 2 maps. He is their flicky, flamboyant, AWPing presence. You need him online. You don't want any, snarky remarks or jabs and barbs coming out from your teammates when you are all wanting to function as one or 5 fingers of a fist.
So here's where it starts to get a little bit ugly for Liquid. Because of the way that the rounds have flowed through, there's no AWP available. So in terms of being able to channel that aggressive space for OC, he's going to have to do the work on the rifle here. The M4A1S. As again, that divider smoke is thrown out from Team Spirit in middle. That helps force Yakinda into a fight on one side as opposed to the other. It means that he's less dynamic and also less information.
AXX, that's really cheeky. Nitro and OC.
The rotate's coming heavily here. Elige is already rotating.
They're ahead of the smoke. The molly buys him time. That's what Wonderful was waiting for. Elige down, an opening death, and the rest is coming. Will Liquid crumble? Find out next week. Oh dear, Nitro already catching a lot of flack. Nice gap on OC. Can't leave. Molly stops his reposition, and it leads to his demise. There is potential to disrupt this plant. Siren's already considering the wrap. Now very late to the party. Yakinda managing his angles on Siren's jiggle. Passive and even more lethal. As Spirit have got this one game, set and match. A clean entry into the A site. And it was almost by virtue of that incendiary. Wonderful just posted over it. Elige, the first of that house of cards to tumble down.
I was dismantling them here. Right, I was talking about the rotation being a positive thing. It actually works against them. Elige offers himself up first. The AWP strikes. The patience as well to take these fights one at a time. One of the biggest issues you can have if you're on the T side is just to team on out and try and run across towards the big box, and then at that point the flashes come. The CTs are also usually very good in those retake scenarios. So they didn't plant immediately. They made sure that they picked up so many fights. They weren't in a rush. They were happy to clear out the corridors required and now confirm the 4th. And that's going to be 4 consecutive. We're starting to get into very dangerous territory here.
Timeout situation? I don't know if we've seen one, have we?
They've already gone with 1.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd want to go with another here off the back of a round like this. The loss bonus starting to build for them now. It will have to be another partial investment unless you want to do something crazy. Naf will be able to drop a silenced M4. OC will be able to buy one.
3 rifles, 2 SMGs if you're really crazy, but...
And that's the thing, right? Do you want to be really crazy?
I mean, probably not.
But by not buying in a round like this, you allow Spirit to get up to 5 on the T-Harp already. That's 5 in the first 8.
It is a pick your poison type beat.
Precisely, and that all goes back to those 2 tilt rounds. They lost to Tech9s, then they cobbled together their own buy where it was looking at least okay, and Chopper happened. He landed, he disrupted play, and they've stalled them out with this smoke. So blocked again, it's forcing a full rotation, and look at this. Okay, you want to stop us? We'll just go looking elsewhere. Everybody besides Patsi relinquishing control of main. Oh, it looks like they might even just take their time. It's fine.
Another one. Have another bite of the cherry. Sometimes sweeter the second time around. Wonderful. Orp into mid with the rest of the boys. Naf will actually just tuck and turn tail, give it up, concede mid control. And walking on through. No vision, no info on what lies on the other side of that smoke, and there's 3 Spirit members playing the fade. This is lethal for Nitro. He shouldn't have anything to say about that. Naf does. Changes the conversation momentarily.
2 more here.
They are here. Elige with the dig. Losing bodies left and right. A couple to the side. It's not good. That's better. OC, though, asking for the impossible of a 1v4. Planting, bodyguarded, right next to OC. The disrespect. They want to finish it and will. 5 for Spirit. Liquid let him have it. And as we take a look at the scores on the doors, you know, we discussed the well, wouldn't say absence of Patsi, but certainly just the out of character nature of him. This would be a perfect time for him to start doing Patsi things.
Oh, precisely, and it would make a statement, right? It's not that he's been absent, but he hasn't been the front runner. Siren, the man closest to the screen, definitely showing some good form over there on Mirage, but it was wonderful. He led the charge, CT side, Vertigo set them up on a nice little pedestal, and then they were able to close. Liquid did respond, and they came into this with all the right signs to get it done in 2 and return Liquid to the playoffs of a major for the first time since Berlin 2019. But it hasn't been very convincing in the last few.
I just saw the cash they've managed to build up as well.
Exactly, right? And you can all just point it back to that Tech 9 round.
Yeah.
Because the economy is such a cruel mistress here. I know that it's a huge talking point, but there's a reason for it. Counter-Strike's not a game. You don't just spawn in with guns every time. These flow-on effects, they are felt.
Counter-Strike's not a game. Chad Birchall, 2022.
I was gonna make a Call of Duty reference. I thought I'll let them live. That's fine. They can keep doing their fun stuff over there.
Yeah, there's an arcade.
It's a different game.
There's an arcade, and then there is a competitive FPS GOAT. Elige, speaking of goats, Mr. North America, yeah, he's going to be chewing cud.
They are just bullying this A side.
What's he supposed to do? He's lost it. He's got no info on it, and they've got every smoke you need. T's crossed, eyes dotted. Elige smoked off.
Nav still thinks there's a lurk on B. Like, he is still worried about the B side. Liquid really are just getting called around here.
What are you supposed to do? A 5-man retake of A. Worried about flanks all over the shop, and all they have to do, Spirit, is set up and profit with these crossfires. Elevated, and now that flank comes in.
Thank you very much.
Another double for Chopper in the backside. And that hurts. A twist of the knife from Team Spirit as they get a flawless T round again. This is getting out of control now. Team Spirit up to 6.
It really just hurts. It is the kryptonite of Liquid, at least modern day Liquid. Right, it used to be choking. This is tilting. And this same pinball.
Like, I mean, I don't have the remedy. Daps clearly does not have the remedy. This is their timeout, and he is not saying, oh, much.
Their second timeout, and I want to bring up more concerns of issues here. Because the fact it is the second timeout, they're going to limit the amount they have on the T side, which we all know is the hardest side. So the more that they exhaust here just to get back on track, as we have now 6 consecutive rounds for Team Spirit, means that Liquid are digging themselves deeper and deeper into this hole of despair. And the crowd, that's not going to will them forward here. It doesn't have the same factor. This isn't doing it for your countrymen. This isn't putting on a show for the hometown heroes. This is Liquid buying in with some hodgepodge weaponry, some Famite, an MP9, an M4 and AK. Okay.
Yakinda started strong on Cave. He's been a bit of a non-issue ever since. And wonderful, lets it go. Yakinda allowed to activate on that MP9. Good for the first. The smoke would do a lot for the time. And find himself an upgrade as well. M4 perfectly suited to taps like that. Wonderful, brought lower, 15 unconfirmed, but the AWP wobbly.
It gets worse if they lose a round like this. They're going to open up. There's no trade. They stall them out. They have everything they need right now, Liquid, to try and convert a round back. There's kits in play. Still a couple of key pieces of utility as well. Patsi, he's been able to get himself out mid, at least past the elbow position, and rotating around quite frequently from Liquid is because they're not seeing a whole lot. Right? They're trying to address where these gaps are. So Elige on the jumps, seeing if he can get any information to help them out here. Nitro being sent forward for an info play as well. So starting to piece this one together. But there is the avenue that's just slid wide open. OC with a Famous in Donut.
She's jiggling and smoke defense. This is a viable way to play. You can see just playing the slither. You would have caught a glimpse if Chopper does toe that line. Nitro saying pylon's clear. OC, info.
They're going to run him down.
They're just going to chase him. Okay, gets one, but still they're into A and no one can address it. Nitro for the late donut flank. Elige going to join him through mid. But again, that bomb goes down. This has to be Liquid's round. A two-man advantage. Oh, what a shot out of Siren. There should be no way back in for Spirit. Siren, though, is sharp. Naf will save Liquid from a very awkward conversation.
Oh, that one, yeah, that almost got out of control. You can see there's not a moment that you can give these guys an opportunity as Yakinda's gone looking for something. I think it's the AWP he's trying to find here over towards B. See if he can get that in the hands. The defuse is going to come through and the AWP will be found. So, a big prize. OC will be happy with that. Naf into an AK. They can drop across the guns. They can make rounds to the name. Are going to take their third timeout in this first half and a couple of sharp ones here. Patsi onto a Liege. Great shot from Siren. But Yakinda and Naf, two reliable individuals over there for Liquid, make good on the promise and have broken the streak. That was 6 consecutive for Spirit here. But if you're a Liquid fan, it can still get worse. They're able to buy here, sure. If they lose this one, we're talking about potentially 9, maybe even 10 rounds on the T-Hall from Spirit here to run into halftime. And there you can see it on the round timeline, just recapping the pain ever since round 4, the Tech 9s. That one. They're going to see that tonight when they close their eyes, Team Liquid, if they fall here in the series.
Everyone just over-analyzing what you could have done different. Pace into mid, magixx charging, spraying, and catching flak. Ouch, Patsi and magixx walking wonky. This really does have to be a real buttoned-up counter-strike from here on out.
Oh, precisely. I feel that Liquid are going to need to get the 9 here. They're playing retake on B right now. Naf is... Okay, Siren just continues. This kid, he's been out of control with the shots he's been hitting. You look at Mirage, you look here on Ancient.
One word for Siren, it's flow state. He's just completely undaunted by the scenario and the stakes.
This is a smoke to defend B ramp, but they've circumvented it coming through cave. Chopper and magixx can actually filter forward.
Yeah, a flash will do.
The side's clear. It's another retake setup.
Nitro's counter incendiary though. If he times it right, it will delay the plant. It's not yet. He's not dropped it just yet, but there's so many players now planting. It's
It'll go
late.
down. It'll
it's a
go
bit
down.
Late. Wonderful even gets away. Liege communicating, knows he heard something. That triangle position pre-aimed. His next fight is perfect off the flash. Builds back into the retake. A 4-on-4 now. Spirit had the advantage. They still do with that bomb ticking. Patsi eliminated by Nitro. Onto the bomb. They don't need to rush this. There's still bodies to deny. And Nitro actually just going for a full defuse. Full defuse under their noses.
That's one way to get it done. It's stressful, but it's one way to get it done. And really good utility there on the retake. They had enough and they used it wisely. There was good retakes on Mirage from Liquid, and they did it again here. Flash to facilitate that peak. You can see the cave smoke to the right side. Well, after that, one drop towards long. Sure, there was a tiny gap to work with, but if anything, that gave Liquid somewhere to focus. Spirit still have cash, still have plenty of cash. They've got another buy, even after this, if they lose another round consecutive here. As long as they keep it close like that, they'll be feeling extremely happy with how things are going. Yakinda's pinned towards this position. We'll have to hit the shot. Wonderful. This is a close angle to clear. Yakinda should be sharp, a wonderful quick up.
Wow, that is dreamy. To have your T-side AWP walk into cave and win the duel against an equipped rifle. They can slow things down now, go at their own pace, because they are firmly in that driving seat. Liege, the contrary.
This is a nice little bait and switch setup. magixx already forward in cave. If they search for info, wonderful shoots. If he misses...
This is a different way to search for info, Chad.
But if they call it clear, we can see that's not the case. The two players are hidden in cave right now. The only way this works in their favor is if they continue to press all the way through to T-spawn and make sure the rotation from other individuals back is removed. Wonderful. The barrel might be spotted here. Well,
they're going
seeing something, and wonderful with a shot through the legs. Naf now. He's made it through towards that T-spawn position, and it's just Nitro on that A site in Donut here.
Screaming for help. OC's on his way, cantering to CT.
magixx is hearing the rotations in B. He just heard Liege and Naf both make steps, I think.
Bomb through. Planted. Safely. No spray can find him. Liege caught out. Patsy's so pushed up. And it's a big one back. OC
Flanks on flanks here.
Yeah, he needs to find something onto this temple position. Good clear and frag, but still wonderful. An issue, a spanner in the works on Donut. magixx late arrival, perfectly read. Naf needs to get a wiggle on, and he's lost his teammate. Got the kit, but has he got time or hope? It doesn't seem to be the case.
Picks up the smoke, sure, but you can't get back to address the bomb right now. Considering it for a moment, Team Spirit will secure 7. And the fact that they walk into that A site with only 3 players, they have all the cave space that they could possibly hope for. That was the opening pick that Wonderful was able to secure onto Yakinda in cave to start things off. And we talk about how instrumental he is in that position. Well, they were basically in the dark. I know that they pushed aggressively, but it was somewhat bad information. It kept them busy for just long enough, and now Liquid, their 3rd timeout on the CT half. I cannot stress this enough. They will be on their own, and the body language here, if you look down the line, look, they haven't given up, but it's starting to get dire.
Chad, there's been 6 timeouts in this first half of Ancient.
But this is the thing, both teams understand exactly how much it means. For Team Spirit, they've already got the dream, but the dream is making it to the playoffs. So every single one of these T rounds means an awful lot. The CT side lockout, they know that they can put up this wall, whereas Liquid, they're hoping to do exactly that, but now it's too late. This is about recovery for the North Americans. Oh, door smoke thrown out there immediately. So at least they're denying, as Elige will limp a mid-smoke forward as well. They have stalled out. Oh, I thought the crawl for a moment, but magixx disrespecting. He ain't afraid of nothing. Boris the Butcher will take the space alongside a Siren here. And Patsi coming over to join the party with Chopper and Wonderful. This will be a B play.
Yakinda. And oh dear, the Butcher takes a chunk out of Liquid. Yakinda run down, cowers in cave, Elige to try and remedy and recover. A big one. Back in play now for Liquid, quickly changing hands as Patsi relinquishes control of cave for the defense. Bomb should be planted uncontested. Elige would like to try his luck as he worms his way through a gap. Oh, this shot, wonderful, solo. Patsi punishing on the reload. It's big enough to completely deny. Nitro has to be the one to make the next move. OC in support. Flash is brilliant. Spirit could have an 8th here. They should have an 8th here. Okay, missed shot. New lease of life for a moment, but that is set. It is set in stone. You can do nothing to remove it. 8 T rounds on Ancient.
Starting to see the X Factor of Patsi come alive, up to 15 kills here, 3 in that one. OC just doing his best to retain the AWP, will remove the aforementioned. But Patsi, he's not wincing in the most pressure moment we've had in the series thus far, the 3rd map with all the marbles. The fact that he's able just to swing out, take that fight, remove the individual, which was Elige on the reload. Inspired stuff there, but it's magixx, the hero, to crack the head of Naf. That's the signal to go, and I love this. This is so cutthroat. It's so cold, it's so calculated. Even with a missed shot, Patsi's going to pivot for more.
Yeah, you gave him something. That reload, Patsi is going to punish. Super aware.
And you can see the stress now on the faces of just the spectators here. Team Liquid have that exact same feeling, drowning now, not sinking anymore.
Yeah, it's just an awareness of how difficult this could be. I love this from OC. You don't see this.
This divider smoke every time has bothered them. It's a nuisance. They can't get through it. They can't get past it.
And this one looks like a certainty already. Into the site. Siren onto Naf. It's a horrible partial buy.
Look at the spread. They're already at the back of the death cube.
Patsi, nice reposition. Changes the angle, but loses his life. Wonderful, getting a bit flustered now. He got brought low. But they have the advantage, and that bomb is ticking. Liquid, this could be that recovery you were talking about. Yakinda on the rifle, still no kit though. A 10-second defuse ahead of them, but they need to find the frag. Siren standing and does not bang. Yakinda, good for it. They want to get on that defuse sooner rather than later. And Nitro knocked off it. Frags in, they got Liquid. Recover with a round of their own. It had to be then. It's Nitro that pulls it across the line. A partial buy and a round back.
Okay, well, we said they needed to win a quote-unquote tilt round of their own right there. Maybe that's just a confidence builder for Liquid here. This is all about recovery. The best that they can get is 7, but at least that's going to inspire confidence within the ranks. At least you're going to look at that round and say, hey, look, even if we are down and against the ropes here with cobbled together weaponry, a couple of upgraded pistols, a retained AWP, we can make it work.
It's got to be 7. 3 AKs, 2 AWPs. You've got everything you could dream of. And look at the call out of Chopper. He's sending out the scouting party. He wants Wonderful to have a look. And it's OC that receives him. Early blood drawn in favor of Liquid. The river runs red. Spirit strung out.
On the CT side, that's only their 6th opening kill here. And just the timing, Naf has pivoted back. A door just slides wide open for magixx and Chopper, and as Naf returns, they're already in. He spots one out, the tag through onto magixx. The jig's up.
And they're backing away. Could be bad info. You can see Elige rotating off. Changes his mind as things fall silent. Still patrolling mid is OC. That's a lot of information if you can hold in that power position. Returning and knocking on the door of Cave, and there's no resistance. This is the path of least resistance into B. I say that, now posted on that AWP line. Very hard to force that fight. No one equipped to take this duel. You'd have to be a crazy AK headshot if you want to win out against Naf. Patsi could change things though. On the fade, Yikinda maybe overthinking this. Nade is great though. On to Patsi. This is where Naf has to hold this shot. He has to hit that one. Baited out, Yikinda head on a swivel. Multiple targets. It's magixx that racks him up. Still Elige stubborn. And we tie this up. It doesn't get closer than that. Dead even on the half. Spirit though, full of confidence coming into this final half of play. Don't go anywhere. We crown a champion and finish our top 8 after this. We're back in business. One final half of Counter-Strike. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. I think most would argue Spirit, the one's a little more full of life right now. There has been some downs more than ups in Liquid's first half, and it does leave us here. They've managed to stabilize with a 7-8 split. But now onto the less favored side, that is attack. A pistol round feels like a necessity. Nitro calling the shots.
Fast on this.
It's wonderful, though, with those dualies. You really want to test him. He has such a precise weapon for Team Spirit. They will keep dipping. Double dip, if not a triple, but now into mid as those smokes are not up forever. Straight through. Chopper concedes, and now getting overrun. Has to turn tail. Siren very precise and set up. They can go anywhere with this. Smoke implies A. You need shots, though, from Siren. Safe, but backing away. Chopper chips. Little bit more into the mix. Elige, though, has got Siren's number. And now when the site is open, Chopper and Patsi do not reveal themselves on Donut.
CT plant here.
I like the holder of Elige. A lot of riding on him, though. With only 33 points of health, it takes one reaction bullet.
A lot of space for Liquid. Nitro still in main. Elige CT spawn.
Oh, and that was the first back into magixx, and they're going to run him down. 2 frags back. OC has to be the hero. Hard shots, only the one as magixx just pops 3 heads. Still 2 on the site. Bomb half gone as he hits another. He could be on for the ace. He's coming for you. He's gunning for you. magixx wants to end it right here and now. Nitro can get it all done. No. They defuse in front of him. Consolation frags, but Spirit accelerating towards the champion stage.
Oh, how do you drop the ball on that one there? The idea of playing with the rotations, you're showing face B lane, you're taking the mid control off the back of the smokes, you're running through your own top mid, you get through towards CT, you get the opening pick, you get the bomb down, and then you cannot connect the dots. magixx goes monstrous, and Spirit, this is looking fantastic now to run things home. Liquid, they're by. Somewhat threatening. I'm sure they have something they want to say about this. 2 AKs, a Galil.
North American Counter-Strike biting through their nails now. You got to get this right. Consider this the all-in. CT shutouts, commonplace here. And they've decided to jostle for control in the second round bye. It doesn't look bad. But pressure on the shoulders of OC and Nitro. Elige can work with the Galil. Nade back, looks like it's going to do damage. Evaded, at least the majority of that. Cave through. Corner's clear.
It looks like an A split right now. They'll have to fight Patsi over towards Donut.
Window smoke to deny the info. No one looking. It's Patsi Donut, as you've already outlined. Great flash. No vision. Need a second of those, and he's got just enough time for Nitro to pluck him out of his position. Great counter smoke from Siren. You can't really disrespect that without the frag out of Elige. He's gone down.
The time.
Oh my God, 25. Into the site. Yakinda 1. Left and right from Chopper. And it's all on to magixx. He has Yakinda dancing with him, and there's a big one back for Liquid. A necessity to hold on, to run this one home. And you can see what that does to Spirit. We are in the depths of an economic duel.
Yeah, the Force by War is about to kick off here, and if we're actually keeping score, even though Spirit won the Tech-9 round in the first half of play, Liquid also had one of their own, and now found their second. So right now, in terms of these more bogey rounds with the forced-in investments here, Liquid have come out on top, but they're on the harder side here of the T side. This would be one way to make things a little bit easier. Convert against these Deagles and 5-7s, make sure this is a non-issue. Another foot fault now, and we might just rally back and forth. A redeploy of the cave smoke here. Yakinda uses that as his moment to usher across towards top mid. There aren't too many eyes deep. Wonderful Deagle, however, on the jiggles. magixx aware of the boost up over or the jump. And they're waiting for the smoke over towards cave to fade, so they've crept in. They've secured it for now. Phase 1 and Phase 2 for Yakinda on the menu. It is a rotate back right now, and Chopper has spotted out a member towards Cave, so more rotations of Patsi coming over. Siren looking like he wants to get in the mix here.
Well, that's such a perfectly timed smoke. Liquid have already released some of theirs, and they're going hunting. magixx, one, and Chopper another. Still unstable for Liquid, off kilter. This one would be a tilter. You cannot overcommit now. Let those smokes fade, let things chill for 35. It's still getting a bit awkward if you wanted to reposition that bomb.
They think they rotate it back. Chopper doesn't hear anything, so he calls the boys back towards the A side, but it will be B. Chopper needs to deliver here on low HP.
Chopper down. It should be the round. Overcooking just a little. That bomb should be planted, and nothing wonderful can do, nor can Siren. The threat starting to pass over them.
Well, we're going to tie things up here, 9-9. It's felt like a long time before we've seen this. Wonderful and Siren hoping they get an opportunity, but it's not going to be the case. Just have to hold on to these goodies and try again. In the crowd, they can sense what that means. 9-9.
Said Big Clan.
Yeah, well, oh no for them. Nicht good. Big up against Big earlier. Big up against Big. Big up against Na'Vi. I guess the big dogs.
9-9.
Yeah, so, okay. Liquid are actually, they're not in the driver's seat, but they're in a position to get to double digits first. This is such a mind game in the sense that Spirit, as soon as the audibles were cut, they built on it hook, line, and sinker. Chopper's obviously calling them away, right? You have a couple of options in that scenario. You could have all waited and tried to push down and picked up a couple more rifles, or you could have tried to get ahead of it, and you can see Chopper looking somewhat stressed here.
Yeah, a bit glum. He also had the M4, you know, there could have been a universe. You throw that onto a healthy member at Siren or wonderful. But you're right.
It's just the eco now. So a flash for Chopper. Do you want to try and set up Wonderful or Siren here? Well, no, both of those have actually headed over towards A early. So this is quite curious. They're just strolling into B here. This is very fast. Naf at the tip of the spear is going to go down immediately. There's more damage done, but in a round that starts like this, it should end like this. Yakinda looking for more. Sure, there's damage, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. So that is 10, and it's the previous 2, Wonderful and Siren. This time, I'd say for Wonderful, you could just try and hold on to the armor here. That's going to save you in the vest in the next round. Siren, same thing as they push his way. Okay,
hello.
That's an AK.
OC, unhappy with that one, gives it away. And Nitro trying to take that armor away from Wonderful. Not quite the equivalent exchange, with the AK now being run all the way to the depths of A. And so we find ourselves with a Liquid lead. Over the eco. Spirit, the line is drawn in the sand.
Still sketchy, isn't it? Those dinks, you hear them, it's very scary. You can see this just flicking around from Elige here. The bullets siphoning out of the gun as he finds that second. Nice little pivot there. Nitro holding on to this MAC-10. Now, these later rounds have been somewhat stalled out from Liquid. Up to the last 30 seconds before they make that final blow. Nitro very fast on this. Now you can understand. Springing around with the MAC-10 has secured the upper quadrants of Cave. So real estate already bought for and vying for mid. Patsi, I think he's just trying to get out. Naf is still holding utility from spawn right now. He has a flash prepped and at the ready. Now I think you would be a little bit on edge about Patsi playing close. So if he shows himself, they'll flash and fight. We can see Patsi's not there. It's one of his trademark moves, being extremely close towards that mid elbow. So OC and Elige have called that clear now.
Demonstration of what's at stake if Patsi's restrained. Smoked off and peppering, that confirms some of Liquid's suspicions. Mid completely occupied, the whole squad's here. Molly forces Siren out of the line, and 45. Looking for that go. Yakinda trying to find an opening.
Noisy.
And very loud. Oh, 2 from Patsi. just holding on 6 HP, leaves
Siren's
them wanting. It does look like this is a problem for Siren. And OC trying to get him in. Still Wonderful resides on the side, gets the bomb. Loops and another double. When most would get one, Wonderful gets two, and that's another round for Spirit. Right back to tie things up.
Okay, well, Wonderful has gone a little bit quiet here on the third map of play. He's the tail end of the scoreboard for Spirit. And this would be the time for him to get back in action. 17 years of age, his first major ever. He's joined a team who are in the semi-finals of Antwerp. Could have even gone all the way with that matchup against FaZe.
The last time Liquid were in the playoffs, Wonderful was 14.
Jesus.
Let that sink in.
Oh, wow.
Let that sink in.
That slaps everybody in the face.
Well, they're so close, yet so far.
OC has the weapon advantage over towards A here as Patsi is just holding them at bay in mid. Wonderful, you can see the angle he resides. It's not the standard CT angle, so might not be the immediate clear, but if they jump, I'm not sure if they're going to see the tippy top of the head.
Okay, counter molly, extinguish, alive, kicking, fragging, Siren, set, down. Big for opening now for Liquid. Patsi claws us back. They're uncertain. Naf's moving the bomb back away.
And Yakinda, he can start making his way through the B doors for space, but OC mega committed to this and has been spotted. Wonderful. He's going to tag him down to about half HP, but they do survive.
Interesting state of play now. It's magixx versus Yakinda. And is he going to clear it? He should. He should. He doesn't. magixx profits now the B site, surely
that
not
was
the
the
one.
solution. The solution was to head back towards B, and it feels like they want to follow through with this. OC, he's going to be extremely disjointed, but he will follow them through. Spirit are looking very good for this, and Chomba just on the other side of the wooden wall. Oh. He's going to glance out. He's got all the info right now.
They know, and they're stacking. Chopper just delaying. 25. Lads, the bomb has to go down. Elige entering the site. Bomb on his back, and 2 to find. Okay. 1. Not ready for the cross back. magixx does a lot. They have to plant. They need to kill magixx. Has he got enough? Oh! He has. Bomb still loose. Naf losing hope, losing time, and another for magixx. 4 in the round. He was alone on that B site, and he
gets himself up to the top of the scoreboard here as well. Does young magixx. 19 frags for him, 18 for Patsi. These two plucky riflers showing up now in Elige. He was left to his own devices. Yeah, get into the site on your own and plant that bomb. An impossible task at the feet of North America's superstar, but we were talking about the tilt factor in the first half. It doesn't feel like it has been recovered just yet. Nobody from Liquid really running away from it. It's a bit more of a team effort on this side of things, and well, now that they're down to just this economical, Spirit might take back a 2-round lead here.
I don't know if there's a might about it. Spirit mighty for 12. Looking to run her home already. 2 consecutive. The first time we've seen the CTs with consecutive rounds, and it's likely to be a third. Now, a bomb plant goes a long way. You can see funds set for a full buy in the next.
Might get one here unless Chopper mows them all down.
Yeah, he is alone. Honestly and truly, I mean, what? Oh, nade damage. Bomb! Bowling from Chopper.
He might get the ace.
Yeah, it might be all him. Elige with a P250 needs a really good click. Otherwise, Chopper's about to farm some cash. Okay, Patsi steals the ace, and magixx will too, but that Spirit just walking it across the line. 5 alive.
We discussed the dangers of Liquid's poor CT half in the first half. We were very, very worried there when I think we found ourselves looking at, it was like a 6-3 scoreline. It already felt enough at that point, and now Spirit are on the CT side to close things out. This should be the more comfortable side to do so. They did more than enough on their T-Hall. More than enough. He's
feeling himself. He just knows he's 4 rounds away from the major playoffs and returning to where Spirit found themselves in Antwerp.
And another factor that we were discussing in that first half was the amount of timeouts Liquid called just to get themselves 7. Their 4th and final has been exhausted here. The last opportunity for Daps to chime in and for them to have a breather, to have a meeting of the minds. 30 seconds to set your mind straight.
We talked about and praised the Eagles for replicating their success they found in Belgium. Doing it again, proving it's not a fluke. Well, Spirit, doing it once, getting to the top 8, never mind that, getting towards the semi-finals and giving us an absolute stunning show against FaZe Clan. Then they lose Dexter, and then they find Wonderful. 4 rounds away from replicating that success and having a chance to match it.
And certainly North America's only home, Yakinda, the import, the European soil, opens into the round of number 23, but there's another frag back. Elige comes alive, and they bound towards A.
Only Wonderful can make it in time. Should be a lockout. They're so spread out. Brings the fight to Chopper. Lovely scenes for Liquid. It couldn't get better.
Wonderful. Got enough money to buy another one here, but would love to be able to drop his teammates something. Needs to back off because Yakinda, he's surging forward for a couple more. Bomb almost gone, and I think they will get to hold on to these rifles. But that is all Yakinda there with the opening. The cave smoke from NAF, right? This is the key on a map like this. Oh, spotted on the cross. Wonderful trying to peer into a wider line. Yakinda will let him have it. But the supportive utility from NAF in spawn, right, it needs to be highlighted because it means that Yakinda's life is oh so easy. That smoke towards cave facilitates the cross, opens up the mid corridor, gets them the kill. And the crowd are on the feet here. It's clear that Liquid have been the favorites. We've got Furia in the playoff, sure, but Liquid could be another name to throw into that mix. The whole stadium on the feet now. That's got to feel good, but winning's going to feel better. Again, B lane control this time. Couple more Dukes on the board. OC boosted up. The AWP can lock on down that long corridor. Oh, flashed off and drops off. Spam through. Chopper. It's very insignificant damage, but it shakes and rattles Yakinda a bit as he leaps forward.
Trying to chant Liquid into action. Got to be procedural about this. You've got phase 1 of Cave. magixx loves this boost. He's yet to really get to show it off. 4 to the body. It's only the body. An awkward angle for your crosshair. Look at that. Chopper right there alongside. It's almost a guaranteed CT frag if you do round that corner without utility. Coming up with a game plan. Ooh.
Spotted two. Immediate comms there from Nitro. They're getting the move on.
They're both here. It's Patsi and Siren. The turrets of Spirit. They don't know he's there. They don't know. And already Patsi activates. 1, 2. Only Nitro to save him. Spotted on the cross is magixx. Nitro to plant. It's going to have to be NAF. It has to be him, and he's found the headshot. Bomb did go down. Nitro's done his job. A 1v1 with so much at stake. Oh! It's NAF. 3 in the must-win round. The Canadian stands tall and breaks the backs of Spirit. Unbelievable. I have a headset on and I cannot hear a word I am saying.
Oh dear. What a round. As soon as they spot the 2 players in cave, Motormouth Nitro, he gets on the mic and they start running. Hightail it, trades through cave, make their way through that donut position. They'll give them the space. They'll take the room. Nitro with a clutch plant, sure. And now they're getting fired up, back in the mind of believing. Oh, Liquid. And you're right, Spirit are broken. They just have to take 1 eco here before they can get back into the guns, but Liquid, a chance to get back into the lead. They just need to settle into this one.
You can't fumble now. You've shown so much resilience. Fumbles in the first. Motivated. Chopper activated. 2.5 available. Oh dear! He gets the second. Elige. Oh my God, he's hitting everything. Even tags up Hosi on the first spray.
They got nowhere to go. T-Spawn's given over. Siren's here. Patsi along for this. Spotted out now. Yakinda trying to buy them something back, but Patsi, he's unaccounted for.
Will they possibly fall to the 5-7? Up close, one shot, headshot, Patsi. A chance to disrupt. On a partial buy, Nuff says bye-bye.
Chopper's here. He's here.
With it all to do, he's got the gear, but no idea. Yakinda's here. And magixx feeling a little queer as 13 is coming. Not if he has something to say about it. Another frag back from Naf. Activating when they need him most. And it looks like magixx is hung up the mouse and keyboard for this one. Concedes, rolls over, shows his belly, and gives us 13 for Liquid.
Okay. We're at the business end now. We're going out to the deep waters here, and this is where the best are truly tested. You don't get more pressure than this, just this final spot, the last spot in that champion stage, and this is what we are getting into Legends. This is what we've got in the challenges. I cannot wait to see what we have in store in 2 days' time. What an honor it is going to be to play in front of a crowd like this.
Never seen in Counter-Strike before.
What a bailout frag there from Nafa. I can't believe they were so aware of the possibility, especially after Siren goes down, but Yakinda delivering an absolute banger on the chopper there. He was the man that thought he could change the dialogue. The in-game leader for Spirit, he stepped up with the first two. It felt like it was unraveling at the seams for Liquid.
So much riding on this one, Chad. 26 rounds of play.
All pushing main here.
Siren forward. Frisky. Feeling himself or not. Nitro tucks him in. Wonderful to level the odds. Yakinda activates early, actually. Look at this. A forward position past Chopper's line of sight. But Yakinda not aware, not ready for Chopper. That will make things a whole lot more difficult now.
Yeah, individual overextensions at this point. You can see he was trying to do an awful lot there with that space. But he's left them with not a whole lot to work with. Elige will be joined by Naf very shortly here. And OC attempting to clear out across mid. So it's not as bad as it seemed for Liquid, but they don't know what resides on the other side, and Spirit have decided to give them that space. Taking a step or two back. You can see the jiggles on either side of the cube. Gorles front and center of this one.
Wow, the whole crew. The Tribunera. Willing Liquid to recover this one. It does not look good. Quite the opposite. Spirit, quite the contrary, set for success. 25 and counting. Elige should forge the path. He needs a multi-kill here. And magixx already taken down the bomb carrier. Hope dwindles in this round. Will they let him plant? They can use their bodies now. They have the numbers. And now the numbers against OC. Both on the clock and elsewhere. Loses it all. 13 apiece. I'd want it no other way.
Fitting to get an overtime here, and we may just go the distance. Remember, out of timeout, Team Liquid. This is down the stretch. They have to do it without the 30-second chit-chat, without the coach's contribution. And guess what? They've decided to give this one a crack. Both teams, 1,900 loss bonus towards the bottom of the barrel. Breaking point is now. The final frontier.
Oh, that could have been a disaster. That hurts, but it's not the same as if Wonderful had hit that orb shot. First attempt. Slips by the wayside. Yakinda established on lane. Surely going to be a bit more tame after the former round. Similar game plan.
Look at how passive they are on A right now. It's Patsi to listen from that cave, so that donut position, sorry, and Siren all the way over towards spawn. And just with the rifle, you can see the gap that he's holding. Right now, there are a couple of dramas. If there is a boost up towards tree, they can go undetected from the position that Siren is currently holding. But as this round is starting to settle in, Liquid, when it's gotten late, it's gone sketchy. It becomes a coin toss at that moment. So this is very indicative of a retake A setup.
Oh no, Siren perfect. Straight through the smoke, and that was onto the bomb. An advantage for Spirit that Siren can continue to manufacture.
Everybody's here.
They're all ready, and that bomb is not down. Yakinda tries his luck, and Siren, the hero of Team Spirit, with a triple, make it 4 out of wonderful as well. And he'll finish with a 4th of his own.
They'll take it. They'll take it. Silencing a crowd like this, you're more than happy to get it done that way. And Siren, we love what we saw in Mirage. We're loving what we're seeing here. What an impactful round. That was the shove all in. You heard what I said about the loss bonus.
Siren, the librarian, silences Rio and puts Spirit in pole position.
15 against an eco. 15 against an eco. That was Team Liquid's choice.
To concede 15 willingly. Overtime becoming their win condition. And it was off of Siren. The impact reverberating around Rio.
Well, there's no time like the present for Liquid to show that they've got the mental to take this one to overtime, because they're not getting it done in regulation here. It's almost impossible to see how Team Spirit would slip up in an environment like this.
They're very diligent players. And that's what magixx is waiting for. It's
TK
3 and a team kill. Unlucky for Elige. The last man into this. Death, a guarantee. And so Liquid. 2 opportunities to take us to overtime. Spirit, 2 opportunities to become champion stage players again. Recovering the loss of Dexter instantaneously for a playoff berth. A 3-map affair that's gone the distance on our 3rd. Chopper reminding them, 1 round, you've played thousands. But this one is for all the marbles in the playoffs. Joining Royalty.
It's the main push again. It didn't work for Siren before, but it might now. He's on a heater, 17 kills.
He could do it right here. Concentration stations. Nitro, not good for the first. It's now for immediate on the trade. God, the concentration, your focus, you must activate for this round of play. You cannot slip up, you cannot fumble.
Liquid again, just with this spread, and they get so much room in a lot of these environments, and they just don't know. They can't take these risks, especially not individually. A smoke towards the top of the B ramp that will deny the crawl for 20 seconds right now. Yakinda, Elige, OC.
3A Liquid have got a runway.
Oh, it's Boris again, magixx.
He's so good at this, though. We haven't seen a single instance where he's gone empty-handed.
Chopper just cleared A main. They can rotate now. They might get there in time.
SpaghettiOs. So slow. Now the util's in. We could have a retake on our hands in this potentially final round. Boris reveals himself, bounds in with a bomb. A boost to be established. Mantles up. Liquid, bomb ticking in their favor to extend play. Spirit, a bomb to be defused to eliminate Liquid and take that final seat at the table. It's OC to be tested, 2 on the straight. He's too good. Boris post 26. And more damage as Liquid are fading, slipping through their fingers. This game is done. Spirit have done it. In 29 rounds of play, Villains in Rio, but elation on the stage for Spirit as North America's hopes and dreams leave with Liquid. We have our top 8, and Spirit are one of them.
Wonderful, 17 years of age. The young gun, the AWPA coming into this team, his first major.